Hello Aries, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. This is your Fairy Oracle reading for October 2021. I've pre-shuffled the cards for you, Aries, so it's just a matter of a final shuffle. But just to say, it is a general reading as always, so it will resonate with some of you but perhaps not with everybody, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. And just also to mention that there are 7 of the major planets up there that are retrograde at the moment, so it's very much quite an important, powerful time for us to sit back and think of what we can let go and where we need to go going forward, what we take with us. Have a review really of perhaps ourselves and past events, future events coming up. But it's a planning stage. It's just taking your time, having a break now, taking your time and just reflecting on what's gone and where you're going. All right, Aries, enough said. I'll just do a final shuffle of the Animal Spirit Oracle cards just to get your reading started. Okay, well that's interesting. I've got a card here that sort of slid out as I was splitting the deck, so I'm going to take this one. I'm also going to take the one off the top now. So let's see. So what's this? So this is Groundhog Spirit, and this is for somebody. It's saying it's time to let go now. It's time to let go, Aries. So I'll just put that to one side. And then we have Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. That's interesting. When I was just, talking about the retrograde planets and how it's time to reflect on what to let go, really. And we've got, Groundhog Spirit, it's time to let go. And this one sort of slid out as I was splitting the deck, so it really needed to be taking note of. It's time to let go and learn from the past. All right, I'll just put those to one side now then, and a final shuffle of the Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud. So we have the heart of your reading, Aries. The challenges for you at this time. What's in your power, ×2, and then possible outcome according to free will, of course, and other influences that could influence, or other perspectives that could influence the outcome. But all things being equal, though, so the possible outcome there, and then just something else the energies would like to say to you or raise your awareness about, Aries. All right. So at the bottom of the deck we have on the poet, and on the poet is the dreamer. He's he dreams. He loves poetry. He likes writing poetry, reading in general. Whatever he sees, he can create fantasies around that. So he's very much lost in his own world. It's quite a young, youthful energy. So this may be referring to somebody, either an aspect of yourself, Aries, or somebody somebody connected to you, or it's just purely the energy of Lom the poet. Because if you start talking to Lom about poetry, about dreaming, about fantasies or fantastical subjects, then that's sort of like a spark for him, and he wakes up and he takes notice. So I feel that for some of you this could be saying that there's something that's going to wake you up to something, make you aware of something, bring you back to reality perhaps if you've been in a little bit of a dreamlike state of late. But there's just something that's going to get your attention. All right, Aries, just pop that to one side, and then we'll do a little bit more of a shuffle. Could we have some clarifying cards for all the cards on the table, please? Okay, yes, that's interesting. We've got Penelope Dreamweaver now. And Penelope Dreamweaver is very much again about whatever she dreams about and desires and wishes for. She's able to manifest, you know, it's almost like an alchemy energy. So it's a little bit like the magician in the major arcana in tarot. So whatever it is she decides she wants, then she knows how to manifest that desire into reality. So what is it? Something about dreaming, wishes, dreaming, meditating perhaps on situations. So that's interesting. So let's see. I'll just put her next to Lon the Poet, and let's have a look. So right at the heart of the reading, right at the beginning of your reading, Aries, we've got Fairies of the Future and the Puke. So, Fairies of the Future, this is a time of planning, and this is what's happening with whoever this is for, with yourself at this time. So it's turning your back, if you can, on what's gone, what you can't influence any longer, and starting to look to the future and making plans for the future. And that's what you can have an influence about. And that's perhaps where Lon the Poet and Penelope Dreamweaver have come in. It's also about letting go of something from the past. Now, we've got a clarifier here of the Puke energy. And the Puke, this is the paradoxical situation. So it's what is true, what's not true, what's real, what's not real. It's that sort of an energy. What can you trust, what can't you trust? And this is all part of, as you are making plans to go forward, you've got to very much have this energy around you. I think perhaps because of situations, difficult situations that have been around you over time, and that the animal spirit are advising you to let go, but to learn from. And this is what you're trying to do here with the Puke energy. You are trying to learn and take note of what's happened in the past, what's gone. But then it's very difficult, isn't it, to grasp the nettle of that, you know, what was real and what wasn't real, what did actually work well from decisions you made, and what actually went pear-shaped. So it's just trying to get to the bottom of all of that for you, and that's, you know, so that's where you are for somebody or for a few of you at this moment. So what are the challenges for you? Well, Mike the Meancer and Luathos the Wild. Okay, so you're being pushed and pulled here. I beg your pardon. Pushed with Luathos the Wild, pulled with Mike the Meancer. Mike the Meancer is the lead card, so we'll look at Mike the Meancer first. Now this is when we're a bit switched off, and I think we've seen that with Lon the Poet here. So, and I say that in the kindest way. It's not a criticism at all, Aries. You know, we all have to have those times, don't we, when we can switch off and watch the clouds go by and have time out. So it's really not a criticism in any way. But what the challenge is at this time for you is being perhaps a little bit preoccupied with the past. You see, Mike the Meancer is looking to the past. So he's a bit focused on what's gone, on the past. But what is missing as these little messages, these whispers in his ear, the little faces in the ivy here that are trying to raise his attention, trying to get his attention and raise his awareness about something. And they're only whispering at the moment. But if he continues to ignore these whispers, then they're going to start to shout louder, and that's the thing. So, but what the challenge for you is lifting your head really, and refocusing yourself, and be starting to become aware of the little hints and the nudges that's going on around you. Because the clarifier is Loethos, the world, and this is a very fast energy. And Loethos, the world, is going to encourage you and tempt you to act before thinking, to jump in, take a leap of faith in a situation. But the underlying message of the Loethos, the wild, is it's not always the right thing to do to act in haste. Sometimes it might be. Sometimes you have to make an instant decision, don't you? But most of the time it's not a good idea to act hastily or make a decision too quickly without thinking things through and getting all of the information. So I feel with these two cards together, and it's in the challenge position for you, there's something you're going to be tempted to act quickly about. But because of your preoccupation with and focusing on other things and what's gone on the past, I feel you're not going to hear what the energy that Loethos, the wild, is bringing in any event. So he's trying to tell you something. He's trying to get your attention. Something is trying to get your attention and wants you to react, wants you to act quickly. I'm not saying that's the right or the wrong thing to do, but it's the energy of Loethos, the wild, is trying to get your attention to respond, to make a decision perhaps, or to respond in some way. But you're not hearing it at the moment because of past situations. I think I got there in the end for you, Aries. So what's in your power? Right. We have the Singer of Healing, and we have Eponi's Wild Daughter. The Singer of Healing is as it says on the tin. So it's in your power now to open up to the healing energies coming down that are wanting to come down for you, Aries. And when this comes forward, it's very much to say that you are ready to receive healing in whatever form that means for you. I feel it's happening. I feel it's happening for you anyway, Aries. It's just being aware of that and opening up to that. And the clarifier, Eponi's Wild Daughter, this is when there is something from the past, and here we go, the past again, trauma from the past, difficulties, great difficulties from the past, that you're still carrying within you and are holding you back, Aries, or could hold you back. So there is this need for healing, to open up and receive healing in one way or another, whether it's actual therapy or talking therapies, or, you know, meditating, yoga, walking in nature, self-healing, possibly. But opening up to this, because there is something that just needs dealing with, to a greater or a lesser degree, according to your situation, Aries. Now, what else is in your power? Well, we have She the Retriever, and we have the Bright Mother. She the Retriever comes forward to say there's something from the past, again, that you thought you had lost and it would gone forever. However, it hasn't gone forever. With a bit of effort, you could retrieve this, whatever it is. And the clarifier is the Bright Mother, very feminine energy. It's not gender specific, but it is a very feminine energy. And the Bright Mother, it is a mothering energy. She puts others before herself. She looks after others. She's very caring, nurturing, empathetic and compassionate. She likes to help people to grow. She likes to help people to evolve. So it's that sort of an energy. And I'm just wondering, this can have different meanings for all of you, Aries. And I would just say the meanings that come to my mind here are that for somebody or for some of you, You may be feeling that something to do with femininity, the female, the evolution of your femininity, or the feminine side of you, has lost, it's gone. However, you know, she the retriever says, no, it's not. You can get that back, whatever it's to do with. Okay. For others of you, this may be talking about a connection to a female, a mothering energy, that you felt you'd lost that connection, it was gone forever. But with effort, she the retriever says, you know, you can get this back, whether it's an actual person or whether it's a female energy. But you can get this back, this connection back, with a little bit of effort. All right, so what have we got as a possible outcome here? Okay. We have two quite fast energies here. These are two mental energies to do with the mind and thinking things through, using pragmatism and logic and strategy. So the Ra is very much, this is about the mind and clear thinking. If you think of a person playing chess and the fact that they have to have clear thoughts, strategize, plan ahead, think of the next move, and that's what the Ra is. And the Ra isn't grounded, as you can see, but he's not supposed to be grounded. That's not who the Ra is. The Ra is very much about the mind, and thinking things through clearly without emotions getting in the way. And Leighton the Sylph, again, a very fast energy, and this is about speed of thought, speed of action. Leighton the Sylph is a very light and a very light fairy, and she can flit about just like Will-o'-the-Wisp. She flits about from flower to flower, from tree to tree. And so we have these two fast energies. And I feel with Leighton the Sylph connected to the Ra, she's saying this is fast thinking through, you know, jumping from one thought to another, but joining the dots together. I feel that's what this is saying. It's about joining the dots together as an outcome for you. Okay, so very much on the ball sort of an energy. You know, you have this. And I feel probably you've got those two outcomes because as you're planning for the future, you have been in a state of what, you know, not being sure what's real, what's not real, and been in that paradoxical energy. However, as an outcome, particularly if you're able to be open to the healing and absorb the healing coming down for you, and just face something that's happened in the past that's been holding you back, then it's going to clear your mind. You're going to have more clarity of thought as you are thinking of your situation and planning for the future, planning for what your next move is going to be, and whatever it is you're dreaming and wishing for, how to make that a reality, Aries. And remember, something you thought you'd lost and gone forever, with a bit of effort you can get that back, and it's something to do with the femininity or the feminine energy. Okay, so what would the earth energies like to say to you, Aries, at this time? Okay, Arval Parrot and the Green Woman, and this is about communication. This is very much about communication, and we've seen communication come out here quite a bit in your reading, Aries. Arval Parrot listens carefully and receives information, is able to then respond wisely, having given it some deep thought. So there's something about here that the energies want to say to you. There's something about communication, and I feel it's with a Green Woman, and let me explain that. A Green Woman is a very she's very spiritual but very earth based, very much in touch with earth spirits, very grounded energy. It is a feminine energy, although it doesn't have to be gender specific. But again, we've got a feminine energy come out here, haven't we? And if you think about those two and then these two here, so if you look at the colours, so you know, the retriever retrieving something you thought you'd lost, communicating with somebody. The bright mother there, the feminine energy, communicating. Here we are, the green woman. So this is referring to somebody that, yes, very much in touch with nature, very comfortable with her position. She is a very healing energy, but she is very authentic. So she is who she is, you know. Take her or leave her. She is who she is. She's not going to conform to fit into anybody else's ideal. She has to be who she is, you know, because she has a lot to offer. But she is who she is, and she may be a little on the wild side at times, but it doesn't mean to say it's not a good energy. She is a good energy. She's a very productive energy as well. She's happy to help people, help others to expand and evolve, just as she is able to expand and evolve. So she brings a little bit of the Empress energy. If you think of the Empress, in the major arcana in tarot, she brings growth and evolution to situations, and this is the same with the green woman. All right, but she's just the green woman, just a little bit more wild than the Empress. But nevertheless, it's that similar sort of an energy. Very protective of the animal kingdom also. All right, so this is about Aries, this final message here of the cards on the table. This is something about communicating with a green woman energy. If it's not that, then it's all right, I'm just being given some more information. For others of you, this could be about, in your communication, tap into your green woman side. Tap into your wild side, into your authentic side. Take a risk, take a leap of faith. You know, be yourself. Be who you truly are as you communicate. Okay. So that's what the earth energies want to say to you. I hope you can make sense of that through this, ever this was for, Aries. I'm just going to get... Could we have two final messages, please, to complete this reading? For Aries, from the Sacred Traveller. Two final messages for Aries. It's been a very windy and rainy day here. Okay, having said that, the first card out, we've got Distant Thunder, Clear the Air. And then we've got First Light, Beginning a New Cycle. Two fabulous cards to come out to complete this reading for you, because Distant Thunder, Clear the Air, this is when, you know, something's got to happen, or is going to happen, to sort a situation out. Just when the pressure builds up in the atmosphere, there has to be a thunderstorm with the dark clouds, the rain, the lightning, the rolls of thunder. But that once it's gone, and it will go, they don't last for long. The air is cleared, so I feel there's something going to happen, or there is a communication that's got to happen, that's got to be faced, if you like. So a situation's got to be sorted out, but that's going to clear the air. And I'm just wondering, I'm just going back to Arval Parrot and the Green Woman. Is it perhaps for somebody that this is the communication that's going to clear the air with a green woman energy. That's just for somebody, I feel. And then first light. So once that's taken place, once the air has been cleared, something's been sorted, then you're going to see it's like the dawn. It's the dawn of a new day, and you're going to begin a new cycle. So this is like the World card in tarot, where, you know, it's completion of an old cycle, and then they're ready for the beginning of a new cycle. Just as the seasons roll around and come around, you know, they have to, you know, the seasons start, they have to be finished and completed because they've done their job, ready for the new season to begin. And I feel this is what's happening here. There's something that's come full cycle now, but it's just coming to the end of its life cycle, whatever it is to do with, and there needs to be a decision made or a conversation that's going to clear the air, and that's going to complete an old cycle, ready for beginning a new cycle. All right, okay. I'm going to leave it there for you, Aries. Whoever this was for, I hope you found it interesting and it's given you some clarity and support with your situation. But good luck going forward, and I do hope you can join me again in the future. Bye bye for now.